warm up before we go through the test. I want to do the test before she gets too tired.
Yep.
What would like a thing in the warm up? Obviously,
Yeah.
Yeah. So she doesn't do that. Yeah. Okay. So why don't we do that a couple of times? The next long side. There we go. So beautiful. Good, and then just leg over back out. Super. Little shoulder in again. Yeah, and no problem. She's not massaging at all. Hey. Have you been avoiding the massage?
Yes.
Yeah. Her favorite party trick. Good. So we'll have to work a little bit more on the bending because now that you're working so much on the straightness, she's not showing enough bend in the shoulder. Does that make sense? Cool. So you just have to make sure that you do that little nose position, and then the angle. Great. Go back to the rail. Can you just do one circle for me? Have you even cantered yet? Do you want to? Yeah, you can.
Yeah, I think
that. Okay, great. And then a nice walk transition.
Nice one, Hannah.
Yeah,
Oh,
she's
gosh.
like, woo! Thank God I like her walk. Good. Walk transition. So what they're looking at it for the St. George is that you're not just running. She's giving a little bit of the impression like she's running in the trot and not quite bending. So I think the footing's a little different because this is GGT. The indoor is the same wax footing like they have at Scarlet. But this is like GGT competition type footing. So I think in this she's just a little flatter and a little faster.
Okay.
So we've got to find the right tempo to show. I don't want her to massage, but just to give it like a little more frame and a little more swing and softness. Because what you're going to get for comments, you're going to need to show the pace.
Okay.
We don't want her to massage, obviously, but we just have to get to the right speed. And her neck could stay up just a little bit more. That would be good. Leg yoga out and shoulder in, but a little more bend. She says, oh Jesus, a little more bend. Yeah, you've worked way so much on straightness. You poor thing. Alright, so we have bend. Push up to the rein a little bit. So that was better. It had like a little too much angle as you got towards the end of it.
Yeah.
And then she kind of came off the rail as you did too much angle. But the beginning part of it was softer with more bend. You go the other way. Check in with what your left one looks like. This is so fun. And you're so good you don't clunk into the boards. I hit them all the time. Hannah doesn't like hitting things, does she? No. Very careful jumper. So now you can hear me again. So when you do the short side, make sure you work a little bit more on the bending in the corners. Because at Scarlet you don't have corners and you ride in a jumping area, you've got to show me a little bit of like neck flexion without her going deep in the neck as you come out of that second corner before, and then as you go into the shoulder in, I want to see the bend sticking. Because she looks like when you bend her, she wants to half pass, and if you keep her super straight, she'll do the shoulder in, which gives it kind of a leg yielding impression instead of the shoulder in. Do you know what I mean? So it looks like you're kind of riding the haunches out instead of the bend in the ribs. So we think of narrowing the haunches, the hind legs together, and elevating the forehand. Good. So push her into the corner, bend a little bit, and then that's better. That had better cadence through the short side. Good. And then we try the 8-meter circle. And then just a little haunches in. And same thing in the haunches in, just try to get the frame to stay up, the butt to stay under, and a little bit of, I can only say cadence because that's what they say all the time.
What are you seeing?
There are sometimes turkeys in there.
Oh.
We have neighbor kids too that come through the woods and frighten us. We need to put up a fence. Neighbor kids, you know, we live in a neighborhood. Consequences. Oh, she says passage. Like
I know.
Passage.
She did that for me in the long lines. I was really impressed.
She was passaging? That's
Yeah.
so funny. She learned a trick. Ask her to walk. And then I think we need to set up a little bit of the canter stuff. I know you can't hear me, so we need, can you hear me a little?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, we need to do a little bit of the canter warm up. And then I'd like to soup to nuts the whole test. And then go back and work on the points of it.
Perfect.
And try not to kill her. So you guys got to keep me on a timeline because I have a 2 o'clock lesson. I have a lady, she's getting a hip replacement on Monday and it's her
Oh, geez.
last lesson. So
Oh,
it's
geez.
like a big deal. Good girl.
That felt so much better than I could sit into her too.
Yeah, so we just want to make sure that you've got corners here, so you've got to kind of use the corner, get the bending, go for a little more cadence. That short side was much better.
Yeah.
But then she's giving a little bit of a, and hopefully you'll see it in the video, a little bit of a sideways impression with the little board. Like she's just kind of going straight and sideways. Pooping again. Oh gosh, nervous. Where am I? Are you guys stabling or are you day trucking?
Are staying down there, but not at the ground.
Oh, you have
There's a
another.
barn down there that we know from the fencing person.
Oh, cool.
So she's letting us stay there. And we'll truck in.
That's so nice.
That way we don't have to go all the way down.
Yeah. But you also don't have to stay at the showground, which is
Right.
so nice. Oh my God, where all of us local people just want to like not. Girl. You feel like you could do just a single change each way? Good, very good. Just a little more energy. Good. So make sure that when you ride the single change that you don't let the canter just disintegrate after.
Yep.
You want to train her like you're trying to do another one instead of let it just get flat. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Good, really good. I got it, man. Good. Beautiful changes. Those were lovely. So can you do a little collection like you're going to do a pirouette, but just do it on the straight? A little rounder. Yeah, been working on that, huh? Good. Yep, and forward again. And then we're going to do it more. Oh, oh! Hanna. She's like, no. Good. And then same thing one more time. A little collection, and then forward. So it's just to give you the chance to work on that roundness. That, good, and then forward again. Perfect. Change direction, we'll do the same thing the other way. Keep riding the canter, hop out, keep the jump. There we go. Better. Same thing with the collection again. Good. Yep, and she's got to stay between your legs and a little rounder. And if you need to wiggle in and out, do it. But you can feel she has to kind of work through that. There you go. And monsters, all at the same time. Good girl. Good. One more time. Good. Yep. And then forward. And then we're going to give her a little walk break. She says, oh, it's all right. It really wasn't that bad. They want to see them stay like a 4-step. It's the same thing with the half pirouettes and the cable, 3 or 4 steps. Okay, honey. So you tell me, girl, how have you been approaching this? We just need to do a couple changes and then we gotta go through the whole thing. Don't worry about it. I don't worry about it as much in the outdoors as I do the indoor. Keep going. Good. Not horrible. Honestly, not horrible. I know it was a 5, but that was you. I don't think that was her. Do you? They weren't terrible for like a schooling line of tempies, and if you feel like she's not jumping enough to do the 4, you could always do the 5, but then we've got to just tighten it for the 4s. Doesn't matter, keep going. So she's just hesitating on the change the second one because you get a little, I like to call it safe and quiet. You get a little safe and quiet, like, oh God, don't steal it. But then she's like goes la la la, and then I don't know if you're asking like demanding quick and Corrinne, this is Lexi. She was just doing St. George before you just now.
I've heard that comment many times.
Yeah, right. Oh God. Good girl. It's okay. It's okay. Keep going. She's smart enough to know that's the 3 line, so don't flip out. So just come down the long side. The headset cuts out down there, isn't that annoying? Good girl. Good girl. And then ask her to walk. So like if this specifically happens in the warm-up, then you just have to mentally prepare yourself for the first change. You have to, yes, you're riding nice and careful. The second change you've got to kind of hustle her into, and then you have to make her wait a little for the third change. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then
I feel like I was straighter.
They're much straighter, but it's when you get quiet and careful, she gets flat.
Yeah.
And we talk about this all the time, is it's a little bit like you've got to shake the soda can and then feel like you're going into the change, not quieting the soda can out. Because when you quiet it down too much, she's not going to jump for the 3s.
Right.
And the 3s definitely, there's a lot more hustle in it. Make sense?
Yep.
All right. So canter pirouettes, the strategy of doing the half pirouettes, I don't want to pirouette a ton,
Yeah.
but you've just got to get that feeling that you can get the neck down. That's why we did a little bit of the collection in the beginning to get the neck down, and then when you go into the pirouette, you've got to feel like you can get her forward.
Okay.
Because sometimes she just poops out a little bit in it because she grabs the rein or whatever you want to call it. She self-checks into a stuck feeling because she tries to whip her head up and down.
Yep.
It's the same idea where you want to kind of do 3 to 4 steps. If you have to make it 5, fine. They would rather see a 5-step pirouette that's better quality than a 3-step that has her head straight upside down.
Okay.
But going into it, so if we're going to school a pirouette each direction, and then I'll drag one of your camera people down to the other end. We're going to do poultry from the other end of the arena. Because I think it's interesting to like warm up random and then be like, oh, that's the judge? Because it's very much like a horse show. We warm up random and then we're like, oh, that's the judge? Why is Jane sitting up here? Because I'm lazy. I don't like walking. But anyways, so we're just going to do it like, let's say once each direction just to check in. And then you've got to make quick corrections because otherwise you make her too tired.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And then the half fast, do you feel like you need to check in with that with the canter or no? You're
Just
good?
first, actually probably like right after the pirouettes, I'll do it once and then change sides.
Cool. Lexi, what time tomorrow? So you'll be here before that with the guy?
Yeah.
Cool.
I'll be here at 11.
Cool. Yeah, whack her. Just kill her. That's what I mean. So this is what you have to figure out in the warm-up is like, you said collect, and she said, slow down and stick my head upside down. Not, oh, put a little hustle in my horse puzzle. Thank you. So that's what you definitely want to work through in your warm-up for the toss. So that you feel like you go camera on the spot and that you still have adjustability. It's okay. So, do you know the top 10 things that happened? You leaned forward and you stuck your right hand really far to the right.
Yeah.
So if you lean forward and stick your right hand to the right, you're telling her to counter pirouette. Have you ever done a counter pirouette?
It's sides right now.
It's counter cantering, but it's counter cantering.
What do you want me to do?
So, you know, when they spin like that, and then you feel like you have to whip your hand out, it means you've lost the ability with your inside leg to counter canter steer. But your brain in that moment can't like fathom that you're trying to counter canter steer because you're trying to turn. But if you lean forward and whip one hand out while you're trying to turn left, you're giving her leg signals that say turn and hand signals that say counter canter. So pick one. If she's falling over, counter canter steer her away from the canter pirouette. Do you follow me?
Yep.
But your hands and body said to me, I need to counter canter, but your legs said I need to pirouette. So pick one. Counter canter steer. I 100% agree with you. You need to counter canter steer. Wow. I'm impressed. That's actually starting to look like that. Right? Are you happy?
Yeah.
Good. Good girl. We're happy. Counter canter steer. Kick the crap out of her and counter canter steer. Steer her all the way to the right. Steer, keep turning to the right. To the right.
To the right. To the
Keep
right.
counter canter steering. Keep counter canter steering. If you have to counter canter, keep counter canter steering. Keep turning. Don't go on the short side. Keep turning. Make it even smaller. Now pirouette left. Now counter canter steer again. Really small turn to the right. Kick. Kick really hard. Kick really hard. Do you feel what I mean? That's what you lose.
Yeah.
And that's why your hand does the weird thing. Now you can turn it up. You follow me? And now because she thinks you're going to counter canter steer her, do you feel how she's not falling over on you anymore?
Yeah, that's a big
Okay, so walk. Is that on video? Did anyone video? Oh, we have 2 people
Got
video.
2.
You need to counter canter, and what your leg said is I need to turn.
Yeah.
No, you're right. Fuck you, horse counter canter. Stop that shit. Stop
Yes.
falling over
Yes.
and grabbing the left rein and being a pig.
Yes. Yes.
But you have to counter steer a really hard turn to get her to go
I get
back
that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
upright. So we're gonna go do the left pirouette. I think that was hugely valuable. It wasn't that your instincts were wrong. It's just you kept trying to pirouette while you were counter steering. Pick one.
And then from the, just really quick, it's at the middle letter. Where do I do the pirouette on the?
So you're supposed to pirouette. They say between the corner letter and X.
Okay.
You're supposed to pirouette.
Okay.
Okay, but you're not supposed to hit the frickin' center line. You're
Got
not
it.
supposed to get to the center line and then do a pirouette on top of the center line.
Got it.
So I always say that you gotta aim for like the true corner, push her over a little bit, aim for the true corner, and as soon as you pass the funny letters, because it's S and R is actually the letters that you're trying to pass.
Yeah.
As soon as you pass the funny letters, that's when you pirouette.
There you go.
I was like, S has something to do with it. And then it was because we're on the opposite.
We're at the opposite end of the ring, but this is what happens when you're schooling and then suddenly you go into the show ring and you're like, okay, everything's all screwed up, whatever. But it's just, my most important thing is that you can hit the counter steer button before you do a left canter pirouette, because she just grabs the left rein and says, fuck this, and falls over. And your left leg doesn't say, get the fuck upright and get off me. It just kind of, so have that as your like warm up. So here, so you feel like you have a counter, exactly. You got it. So do you follow me? Like in the warm up, you have to do that. So let's talk about the line. So walk a second.
Yeah, I was messed up that.
You did a short diagonal. You went F to E. You didn't go F to the true corner. You did the I1 line. Not to the true corner is where the two boards come together in the corner.
Okay.
So you need to look where you're going, because if you end up on the I1 line, which you just did, and then you hit the center line and pirouette like you just did, your counter is really hard to do, and your pirouette is really hard to do.
And that's when she spooked and bopped her, got off on the wrong lead at a time.
Yeah, but you
Socrates.
have to find your line more clearly, so it's corner letter to the true
Got it.
corner.
Yep.
So in the left pirouette, you're to the right hand side of the letter. In the right pirouette, you're to the left hand side of the letter. Do you follow me? Because if you feel like you need to go shoulder in, you're ending up on a short diagonal to E, not the true diagonal. And then you're hitting the center line to pirouette. It's like you've kind of I1'd a little too much, or she's falling left so much that you're ending up on a short line. So you've got to be really clear. It's like they say that the first thing in dressage is know where you're going, and the second thing is know how it's happening. But it's know where you're going is really important. So here, you're going to do the same terrible thing. If she starts to fall over and you feel like you need to stick your hands the wrong direction, you're going to counter steer really hard. It wasn't bad at all, right? Not bad at all. But you have that thing in your mind. So can you do the change and then repeat the left one, because she's really falling off the. Oh, is it scary over here? Good. Very good job. So look at the true corner and don't let her fall off the line. So you can counter steer even here. Like, come on, Mars, cut the shit. Now pirouette. You feel the difference?
Yeah.
Like, fucking brilliant. Mm-hmm. He's like, okay, I don't want to do the test. Are you full line things? Good. Well done. You almost brought her back too much. Okay, walk. I don't want to kill her.
Good girl.
Good girl.
That was really helpful.
Was that really helpful? Straighten her neck out. Keep her head straight. Don't turn her head left until you get into the corner. Because otherwise she's just...
Right.
Yeah. Now you can turn her head left and straight. Don't let it Hanna. Position. And then we try to look cadenced in the short side of the fence. this is take one. Sorry about that. Can you actually hear me?
Yes.
Make sure that you get to G instead of trying to get there super early.
Okay.
And she gave an impression like she wasn't going to keep going forward. So basically, this is for the video, is that she fell off the rail. And the circle's too big. I know you've been riding in the indoor. So if we were to just keep going and say take two, extended trot to the right shoulder in, you fell off the rail and she didn't bend at all.
Okay.
Does that make sense? And then the circle was too big. So if you look at the little pylon here that I'm standing with, you gotta aim for the little pylon, not for the middle letter. So you gotta get a little softening and bend, almost relax your left rein a little bit so that she'll bend and stay forward. And then make sure she stays on the rail. More forward! Push her back on the rail. It's too much angle. Oh, sorry. Circle. Hopefully she gets all of that in the video. Much better with the circle size. Push her up to the reins. So sometimes it looks like you're trying to go hands away
Okay.
from the half pass this way, instead of like you're trying to go under from your seat to the half pass.
Okay.
So it just gives a funny impression where the judge will give you that 6.5 instead of the 7, because your hands are going. It's okay, you're supposed to do a pirouette, but it's okay, just keep walking, it's fine. She needs to have a break anyways, but you follow me, like, so I'd say the right shoulder in, you guys start arguing, and then she goes pin straight and is completely sideways.
Okay.
Then it just, hopefully the video will show you, it's just too much angle, not enough bend. So it doesn't look supple, it looks rigid. And then the circle was the right size, but the good thing with these pylons is that if you aim for this pylon, that's an angular circle. It's pretty easy,
Yeah.
to the edge of them. And that's what the judges look for. And then the half pass, just as you went into that right half pass, you were trying so hard to push her back to the left instead of up to the reins.
Got it.
Because she wasn't staying forward to the right half pass.
Yeah.
That makes sense? Okay, 2 walk pirouettes.
Yes.
We continue on. Oh my god, take one and you're doing good. But this is the silly thing about having a nice outdoor one that's the right size. Stupid fences. I can't believe you don't hit them. You hit them all the time.
I might hit them with shotgun.
So halt. Do you see where you're already to the left-hand side of the red thing?
Yeah.
You need to be a little to the right-hand side of the red thing, not to the left-hand side of the red thing. Otherwise, so just walk the line again. And this is really important, just technical shit.
Yeah, no, I
That
appreciate it.
if you're really far to the left-hand side of the first pirouette, then you're going to pirouette and you're going to be really far on the wrong side of the letters and everything that's coming here. So if you feel like you're aiming straight for the red thing, then you just slightly leg over just to make sure you're a little to the right-hand side of it. So when you start the pirouette, there you go. It takes you back to the correct line. Otherwise, you feel like you have to again. Got it. And then the extended starts at F. So you already start with the range just a little bit. again a little bit to the right-hand side if there was a red pin, which there's not. And then the pickup is between B and K. So you finish the pickup there, we put her in a little shoulder forward and you canter in that shape. Little shoulder in, you got it. Yeah, good, good. That's up, Bess. Good. Yep. Alright, you know what you're doing with pirouettes? Look for the true corner, and if she starts to cut left, you're going to counter canter steer her to the right. Looping, so whack her. Perfect! That is the hardest thing to deal with in the candy pool. Good girl. Good girl. Good job. Can you ride a little more forward, Hanna, or do you have to be right there?
She's just being a little humpy here.
So hold on for 2 seconds. So generally speaking, you're putting almost twice as many strides as I think I would in the counter canter, and then it
Okay.
gives the impression in the counter canter like everything's going well.
Okay.
An uneasy feeling as a judge, so I'm more likely to 6 you
Got it.
than 7 you, and I think that actually is a 7, and her change is so good that the weird stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
Exactly through the letter.
Got it.
Which then is making you go, almost looks like you're doing a counter canter pirouette in the counter.
Got it.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it's not that we really need to redo the pirouette, but we need to redo the
Okay.
How do I do that? Yeah, just get to counter canter, ever you want. If you want a pirouette again, go ahead. So I think it's 1. Do you want me to video and you go get the, or does it take 2 of you to get the pirouette to the end?
I can do it.
And do everything?
Yeah.
I would have counter canter steered harder because you ended up on the short diagonal. Yeah. Kick her on the left side. Kick her on the left side. Thank you. There you go. That's what I mean about counter canter steering. You had to say stop that. And then she had to say, oh. So that's why you're being so careful. Good job. Good. So it's just something to think about schooling, you know what I mean? That you want to be like that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 change there. Girl. Do you know what you're doing now? Okay. They were 4s except for the first one. Good job. Keep going. Do the 3s. nice too. It's okay. Good girl. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Do the extension, the collection, the flying change, and then repeat the 3s. Don't worry about it. What I'm seeing is a much better quality flying change than the last lesson, which is fantastic. A couple little counting issues. That was exciting. Do a courtesy circle and just get her back together. We like our hunter courtesy circles. And with the 3s, the trick with the 3s is just that the first 2, she's going to try to 2, and you have to make her wait for the second one. To the right, to the left, you have to make her go faster. To the right, you have to make her slow down. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. The hard part is what you're doing is you're riding the change that just happened, not the one that's coming up.
Right.
So you're responding to what she just did, not to what's happening next. So then you start overreacting because she's trying to steal the second one on the 3s. So then you're trying to make her wait for the third one where she's late on the third one. And she's just behind the 8 on the third one. And then your brain goes, I don't know which one is what. But on the 4s, the first one, she's always with you. The second one, she's always behind you. The third one, she's with you. The fourth one, you're pissed off by then.
Yeah.
And then the 5th one, you're right on the money again.
Yeah.
But the 3s, she does the first one, she's with you. The second one, she steals. The third one, she's behind.
Okay.
So again, this is just something that your brain has to get used to with tempi changes.
Yeah.
And that's why that old... Isn't that fun? Don't we love tempi changes? We love tempi changes. I still need my glasses. Sorry about the bad videoing. Okay, so do you feel what I mean?
Yeah.
So because she tries to thief the second one, she does it late in front because she's behind. Does that make sense? Yeah, kick her. Feel free, kick her. Tell her she has to actually listen to what her mother says. There we go. Kick her again. Tell her she actually has to listen to what her mother says. Good for you. There we go. So again, you responded to what happened before, not what's happening ahead. It's okay. You're going to learn this. The more tempis you do, the better you'll get at this. So that...
better without my stirrups.
Without your what?
You see that I do my stirrups.
Yeah, no, but with your stirrups, you twist a little bit, but then you think she's going to steal the third one, and she's behind you on the third one. She steals the second one and the fourth one. Not the first, the third. Not the first, the third, and the fifth. The first, the third, and the fifth, she's behind you.
Yeah.
The second and the fourth, she's ahead of you.
Okay.
And she changes late in front because she gets ahead of you on the second and the fourth. It's so annoying, right? You gotta ride one change, but they always say changes are just like jumps. It's a series of individual jumps. If you try to run through a triple combination, you just splat the whole thing. You have to ride each jump individually and know if it's a long one and a short 2 or whatever. I don't know what you guys do to torture the horses, but you've got to know you're like, oh, this one I have to hustle and this one I have to make her wait. I'm so